He says 13.5% of teen girls say Instagram makes thoughts of suicide worse. 17% of teen girls say Instagram makes eating disorders worse.
And what's super tragic is Facebook's own research says, as these young women begin to consume this eating disorder content, they get more and more depressed, and it actually makes them use the app more. Facebook's own research says it is not just that Instagram is dangerous for teenagers, that it harms teenagers. It's that it is distinctly worse than other forms of social media.
So that is Frances Hogan, who last year was the Facebook whistleblower who let us know that Facebook knows not only that their technology has a negative impact, especially on young people, especially young girls, but that is uniquely bad in comparison to the rest of the landscape, which is terrible. And now finally we find out, due to some great work over at the Washington Post by Taylor Lorenz and Drew Harwell, that Facebook is finally responding, but not to that. They're responding to the fact that TikTok's becoming too popular. And so they are pretending that TikTok is the platform with the problem, ignoring all of their own research. What they're doing is they're teaming up with a Republican consulting firm called Targeted Victory to try to take down TikTok by creating an astroturfed like atmosphere of concern. So they place op-eds and letters to the editor in major regional news outlets. They promote dubious stories about alleged TikTok trends that don't actually exist. And then in fact, it started on Facebook. They pushed to draw political reporters and local politicians into helping take down its biggest competitor. So they've got this group that is attacking TikTok now. And so Jordan, I thought that you would find this to be fascinating with all of the problems that we know that Facebook has, that they are ignoring all of that. They're not doing anything to fix the issues with pushing for radicalization, white supremacy, and all that on that platform. They're trying to stop the kids from going over to TikTok.
Yeah, this is, just such an evil corporation. And remember, when she came forward and started talking about this, Facebook's response was to immediately announce, we're rebranding. We're now known as Meta, and we're gonna go into the metaverse. And all of these, credulous reporters like, ooh, wow, cool, what's that? Never mind, that's not really a new technology and it's going to suck. It was just a total diversion tactic and it worked. And people stopped talking about what she was saying. It was hugely successful. So now they want to smear TikTok, not because they have any concern for how social media affects kids, because if they did, they wouldn't let kids on their platform or change the way their algorithm works. It's that they just don't want another competitor in their space because they're ultimately driven by a profit motive. Exactly. It's really, really heartbreaking to think about how people's images of themselves and images of the world around them are distorted by these types of platforms, because those algorithms continue to feed into people's worst behavior patterns, their worst consumption patterns. And if they see that somebody's looking at, self-destructive or harmful content and it keeps them on the platform, they'll do it.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't care about the damage. The only thing they care about is the damage to their stock price, potentially, their market capitalization. But anyway, if you want to find out more about this, go to the Washington Post, Taylor Lorenz, Drew Harwell, some great reporting there. Some amazing quotes from Meta staffers and Targeted Victory trying to pressure news outlets to gin up controversies over TikTok.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.